subscribe to James the Sheriff Dixon, you motherfucker.
This is Fun Times with the Sheriff, Season 6, Episode 3. I got Jude B. Lanston on. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, my name is Jude Lanston. I'm most known for working with Brandon Rogers and with Jimmy Kimmel. Make a lot of content with Brandon. I've been working with him since 2016. I met him making the pilot episode to Magic Funhouse, and with Jimmy Kimmel, I've been making sketches with him too. I do all my family-friendly stuff with Kimmel.
Yeah, I imagine because I remember seeing you first with Magic Funhouse. You want to talk about that first for a little bit?
Yeah, so I did not actually know anything about Brandon when I went in for Magic Funhouse. It was just another audition. But after meeting Brandon, the dude just really cracked me up in the room. It was the strangest audition. I just really liked his energy. So after the audition, I look him up. I fall down a YouTube hole. I watch his videos for like 2 or 3 hours. I watch theater class.
Yep.
And I just think this guy is so gifted. I really hope I hear from him. And then he hired me. I thought it was just for the one video making the pilot. And then at the end of the shoot, I was like, hey, it's been so great meeting you. I hope we get to work together again. And he was like, dude, this is a series. Like, if this goes well, you might be doing this for like a couple of months or a couple of years. And turns out he was right. We did the show for a couple of years, and it was just great. I
Um,
love the guy like a brother. The whole group, Paulette as well. Um, just everyone who's part of our family at this point. We've been doing this together for nearly a decade now
and I was about to
on
say,
class
like, I was
as
about to
well.
say, yeah, you've been going on his channel for like years now.
Yeah. Um, outside of, well, I've only had one job that lasted longer than this. I'm also, well, I was for a long time. Now the work is very occasional, but I was the voice of Fat Burger, Round Table Pizza, and Johnny Rockets. If anybody knows restaurant chains,
Yep.
I was the guy telling you to eat more burgers and chicken. And I did that for like a decade,
Yeah, I was gonna
but
ask
that's
that
never
because
been longer.
I was gonna ask that about you do ads and all that. I couldn't really find them like specifically.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, it's just my voice.
Yeah.
So one of those things where if you're looking to see me, you're not. It's just going to be me being like, burgers, 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 eat all the burgers. It's like that.
Then you also do. You were in theater. I have it on here. You did theater for some time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a born and raised theater kid. I was part of my first touring theater company when I was about 11 years old. I was part of my first, I played a lot of sports, and then I got hurt, and then I switched over to dancing and obviously acting. So I was part of my first ballet company at like 17.
Wow.
Like, yeah. And then I went to a conservatory, which is like college for actors. Um, it is a really useful way to waste a lot of money, but it was really fun. I loved it. And then after that, I became a trucker so that I could make money to move to Los Angeles. And that's my story.
I'm pretty much going through a film school right now, actually, for these next 2 years. To yeah, out here in Michigan. So yeah,
Yeah. How's film school been treating you?
it's really well. I'm doing English right now, but my next like big thing for YouTube is editing in a business class. Those are my next two
Mhm.
classes for the fall.
It's so different from when I was in school because you just have so many more platforms
Oh
now
yeah,
than just like make a movie or make a TV show or make a radio thing. There were three options. That was it. Now there's like 50 million options
yeah,
all over the place. It's
TikTok,
amazing.
all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So of all the roles you've played, which one did you like find the most challenging?
Mr. Cronus and Magic Funhouse for Brandon. Um, I am a very, for lack of a better way to put it, like traditional actor. I came up doing plays and musicals, and as far as like my work as a professional, it's been like a lot of procedurals. Like I've been a cop on name a network, name a big TV show. I've probably appeared on the show playing a police officer, explaining to you what the story's going to be about. So with Magic Funhouse, such a unique universe, the stuff that Brandon makes, where all the characters live. For me, it was really challenging trying to find a tone that I thought the audience would be able to relate to,
Yeah.
that makes sense for me, that I can do for multiple episodes or multiple seasons. I just had never been asked to do anything that long before, where it's like episode after episode, I'm the same guy
Yeah.
over and over and over again. I was more used to like, I show up for a day, I show up for 3 weeks, I do my thing, I say bye to everybody, and then maybe never see you guys again. Because I got to go to the next
Yeah.
job and the next job after
It's
that,
not
next
like
job after.
where you're at the same set like constantly. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas a funhouse is like, there's a parking space with my name on it, and we're gonna show up to work every day, Monday through Friday, and then we'll take a couple weeks off, and then we'll come back. Maybe take a
Speaking of
couple months off, and then come back.
kind of
Like,
like Class X right now, like you're playing
yeah.
a cop again, and that's going. I'm really enjoying it, by the way.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, Class X is, I think it's one of Brandon's most sentimental series. Like, as he's matured in his work, I feel like there's a lot more heart, and I feel like I'm seeing more of who Brandon is and how Brandon sees the world through his characters than when he was like doing theater class, which is really fun. It's really high energy, and you can tell like he's young. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying all these different things. Some of them work great. Some of them don't work great. Some of them are in the middle. But he's like not afraid to try everything and anything, you know. And now I feel like he's just refined his process more. Like Brandon himself has taken lots of classes for comedy, for writing, for edit. Like he's self-taught, and then he added a bunch of other people's experience to his own, and I feel like that's made his work really, really rich.
He's one of the first YouTubers where I know he like pushes the envelope on like what you can and cannot do on like certain platforms.
That's why I like the guy, um, because he's asked me to do things no one else would ever ask me to do. But he does it with like a straight face in a really sweet way. So you just say, "That sounds funny. Let's do it." And then I see it, and I'm like, "I can't believe he got me to say yes to this." Ah,
So, do you ever forget taking on a role?
absolutely, all the time, brother. Yeah, of course, man. Look, I have made a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince you that like they were all brilliant and I was amazing every single. No, that's, oh boy. Yeah, some of them are pretty rough. Whenever I catch them on TV, or just like it is rough. It's rough watching some of my old stuff because I've made a lot of bad movies, man. Every bad Lifetime movie cliche you can think of, I've made a film for that.
Wow.
Oh man. Somebody always has amnesia. Somebody's always like secretly a monster, but they're in love with you. So they want to kill your wife and eat your kid or something. Like there's always a thing. Always like really crazy sci-fi cliches or really crazy like Lifetime movie cliches. I make a lot of that stuff.
Is there an actor or actress you would really like to perform with, like in the future, or have you already done that?
Oh gosh. He actually passed away yesterday. Donald Sutherland. When I was a kid, I loved his work. A lot of younger people won't know who he is. It's all good. The dude was really popular in like the 60s and 70s and 80s. I love his acting. So he's in Hunger Games too, as like the president or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I loved his acting. I would have loved to have worked with him. Um, Guys who I haven't worked with yet that I'd like to work with. Oh, huh. You know what? I'm trying to think. Oh, um, she was on like Scarlet Witch and the Vision. No, wait, the Scarlet Witch TV show.
Yeah, WandaVision.
She's Agatha, Catherine Hahn. I think she's hilarious. I would love to work with her. She's so funny to me. I like Catherine Hahn.
So it says it looks like you have a few things in progress. Is there anything you can share about that? A
Which
few
one?
work. It says it looks like you have a few works in progress. The Radio
Oh
Sky,
yeah, let's see.
first
Right
day.
now,
Yeah,
yeah, there's let's see what I can. So everybody now is super sensitive about information and the things like I'll say or post. Like everybody asks you to sign an NDA now, no matter
yeah.
what their product is, right? So there's an HBO thing that's interesting. We'll see what happens. I can't talk about it any more than that. Um, there was a Nickelodeon show that I was going to be the recurring villain on that got postponed because of the pandemic. Supposedly that's still in development, but I'm not sure what, if anything, will ever happen with that one. I can just say the name of that one. That one's called Meet the Voxels. It's like if Super Mario and Chun-Li got married and had a family. So everything is sort of in video game metaphor. I grew up playing video games. I love video games. I love anime too. So it like plays right into my sweet spot.
Yeah.
And I was like the recurring villain, big guy,
I've seen a
act
bunch of
scary.
Nickelodeon shows. I understand what the gist you're trying to say.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it was very Nickelodeon, like very big, very loud, everything but like slime randomly pouring on people's heads, but everything else. Um, Besides those two things, there's another project that's still in developmental stages. It's basically like a period piece where I'm I'd be playing like a former slave who has this crazy adventure on this boat with these other guys. It's based on a real story about these guys who got caught in the Gulf of Mexico, like in the 1800s, and had to like fight to survive. And they had no food, no water, no resources, nothing. So there's that too. And yeah, I try to keep things busy. Oh, also like I've been on a lot of scripted podcasts, so there's a small chance if you listen to any of like the sort of cute sci-fi series, I'm on a couple of them playing. I'm normally like a scientist type who is also like hero type, and yeah, I do that too. It's called Meet Cute, and yeah. Anyway,
Do you have
there's that too.
do you have a dream role you would love to play?
Absolutely. If anybody's ever read Full Metal Alchemist, or
I've seen the movie.
yeah,
Yeah, or the show. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, or seen any of the movies, or seen either one of the animated series, there's a villain in Full Metal Alchemist. He's called the Fuhrer, Fuhrer Bradley. He's like the leader of their military. I'd love to play that part. That man is not black, but I would love to.
I,
Everything in Full Metal Alchemist is a fictional world.
I don't
They
think
have
that.
magical powers.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if this guy is white like he is in the anime or black. It doesn't matter. It's a completely fictional world, but that'd be the dream role. When I was a kid, though, like every young boy, I wanted to play Batman because he's Batman. But now I like playing bad guys.
Or who were your influences, like growing up while watching stuff like TV or like what got you into acting?
Mm, Next Generation reruns. So Patrick Stewart, who I actually got to meet and work with, working on Jimmy Kimmel, and Patrick Stewart's like the coolest little old man I've ever met. He's awesome. He's totally my captain, my Professor X. Um, Gosh, other than there was a guy who made these movies called Back to the Future when I was a kid, Michael J. Fox. I just thought Michael J. Fox was like the coolest, funnest guy to hang out with. Like that's how he looked on screen. So he was a major influence as well. And then literally anybody who made an action movie. So like Schwarzenegger when he's making Terminator, and Stallone when he's making Rambo, and Bruce Willis when he's making Die Hard. Like I loved that kind of big budget, high concept. The world is at stake unless we do a thing kind of movie. Like
Yeah.
that's my jam.
And one guy's the hero, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
So, is this what you saw yourself doing when you were like growing up, or no, or was there something else you wanted to do?
I've tried working in other fields, like even during the pandemic, I was still making videos with Brandon, still making videos with Jimmy, still recording ads for Fatburger. But I thought about taking a break and just like having a normal life, like work a job at an actual office or start my own business. And I explored that for a good 2 years and was so bored. So bored. I had a regular job and I was like, I remember why I stopped doing these a million years ago. Because I don't think I'm a good fit for this.
You can't really express
So,
yourself at a regular job like you can like in this kind of field.
well, just like, that's the thing about working in the entertainment business. It's a job like any other, and I'm running a small business like anybody else running a small business. I'm just selling like my face and my voice. But like when I have to like go to an office and look at spreadsheets. Oh, I have a background in accounting because that makes no sense. Um, but when I have to go to an office and do accounting work, after a couple of weeks of that, I'd rather be doing literally anything else. Then I got like certified to teach yoga because I practice yoga all the time. I like working out like all the time. And after getting certified to teach yoga, I realized, man, like I love doing this. I don't want to teach other people how to do it. And then I got certified to be like a personal trainer. And I was like, same thing. I was like, I don't want to go to the gym when you want to go to the gym. I
Yeah,
want to go. I want to go. And yeah,
just want to do
like
you for you, pretty much.
that's the thing that an artist's life allows you to do, or creative's life allows you to do. You're gonna work like I end up working like 70 hours a week, but they're hours that I'm choosing to work and I like what I'm doing. So it feels like it's worth my time. Whereas I go into your office to look at reports and
That's
crunch
it.
numbers. That doesn't feel quite so good. Obviously, I mean, it's. Wait, can I curse or no cursing?
Oh, my channel is not for kids. You can curse.
What?
My channel
Oh,
is
good.
not.
Yeah, I've been censoring myself the whole time. Like, yeah, it's fucking boring. It's just really fucking boring. It's so fucking. I can't take it.
It's pretty much the same way. I was a custodian for a few years, and
Oh,
up
then you
until
get it.
yeah, now I'm doing film school because I just got tired of doing night shift and not going nowhere. And yeah,
Yeah, you're doing the same repetitive task over and over again, and at some point, you're gonna just start wondering, like, why am I doing something that I'm clearly not enjoying? Like, there's got to be something else I can do that makes me money that I actually will have fun. Like I'll actually want to come back and do this over and over and over again for years. And for me, it's there's only one thing that does that for me, and that's the work I do as an entertainer.
and that's why I've been doing my YouTube for. I started actually like 6 years ago, and then I
Yeah.
switched to doing movie reviews, and I found like that's for me though.
Oh yeah, I watch a lot of your movie takes. That's when I was like, oh wow, the guy's pretty well read, and he's taking time to think about this stuff. He actually knows a decent amount of film history. This is great.
That's all in my
That's
off.
what I ended up checking out when I was looking at your material to try to get a sense of who you were. I liked it.
And it's like
Yeah.
what you were saying, like when I can sit down and just watch a movie in my off time and be like enjoy it, and then come on here
Yeah.
and do yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, God, right now I'm watching the things I don't miss right now are the latest season of The Boys and Kaiju number 8.
The boys, I've been watching that right now too.
Oh, which one? Boys or Kaiju?
The boys.
Oh, Boys is so good. I love it. Oh, you know what? That's a show I would love to work with Anthony Starr. I just his Homelander to me is just amazing. That guy cracks me up and shocks me constantly, even though I know he's trying to crack me up and shock me. He's amazing.
Like it's like I think he's like that in like real life, like not like bad, but like yeah, he's not. Yeah,
No, I know. Yeah, he's not laser people's balls off in real life. No, but yeah, he's funny. Every time I watch him do an interview or do like a bit for a video to promote the show, yeah, he just always seems like he's got that like Robert Downey Jr. thing where like I'm just gonna kind of be me, and it's gonna kind of feel like the character, and we're all gonna have a good time. Like it works.
I think we went through everything on my list here. We're actually coming up on a 20-minute mark. If you want to final words, you want to say here.
Um, I really hope everybody who tuned into theater class is enjoying class acts. Um, Working with Brandon in this group, like it's really been a wonderful relationship, and I'm just really happy that I get to tell stories that people respond to and enjoy. Um, to anybody who's ever DM'd me about the stuff we make, or just to say thanks or to say hi, I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I know it means a lot to everyone else that I make content with as well. Um, I hope I get to keep telling stories for a really long time.
Thanks for coming on.
Dude, James, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Just want to shout out an amazing channel, James the Sheriff Dixon. Oh, he's such a great guy, and he is super cool for coming to the show. I'm glad I got to meet him in person, and you should subscribe.